guys, Linnea here. Good to see you. Wanted to talk today about protection things. Things. Um, Most witches will agree the number one protection thing would be black salt. Black salt is a witch's staple. How do I make my black salt? Well, I use charcoal in a mortar and pestle. I actually have a mortar and pestle that are brass and wood. The pestle is wood. And that's what I do my charcoal in. So you grind up a lot of charcoal. Use ash. You need ash. And it's important to know that ash does not have to come from a fireplace. It can come from all of your incense. I save all of my incense ash. I have a huge jar and I'm about ready to make some black salt actually. So you're going to want ash, you're going to want ground up charcoal or activated charcoal. You can buy it in a powder already if you like. I like to do it myself. I get to put the energy into it and the protection, and I just like being hands-on about it, but your choice. Sulfur is a must-have. It is an extremely protective ingredient, and it gives your black salt a big oomph. The next ingredient for me is black pepper or black peppercorns, again in the mortar and pestle. Cayenne pepper, pepper flakes. I think that's about it other than salt. A lot of people say, well, what kind of salt? I'll be really honest with you. It just simply does not matter. Table salt is 50 cents for a big one. And think how much you can make with that. So I just use plain table salt. If I'm feeling zesty, I might use some sea salt, depending on what I'm going to use it for. The black salt, if it's being made for a specific reason, then I might pay more attention to the salt I'm using. But to just make a generic black salt that I can then add to for certain workings, then I just use table salt. Black salt. So black salt is a very, very big protectant for witches. The next big protectant is chicken feet. Chicken feet is a big one. I'm going to start carrying chicken feet already done and decorated and ready to go on my Etsy page, but I'm going to make them custom orders only. The reason being, I don't want to make a whole bunch of chicken feet and then have them not sell, so we'll see how it goes and go from there. But that's a big protectant. Another thing is iron. Iron is a huge protectant, whether it's rust chips or pieces of iron or nails or needles. It's definitely a big protectant. So iron is another one for witches. I actually have an old iron piece of, I don't know what, but it's about that big in diameter, about that long, and just a little curve to it. And it is rusted out, and I put that, it's in my car. I keep it in my car. Protection. It just sits in the floorboard. Nobody knows what it is but me, and it works. So iron. Let's see. What else is a big protectant? Oils. Oils are big protectants. You can make a Palo Santo oil to bring in positive energy and take away negative energy. You can make a sage oil to take away, the bad negative energy or evil energy. Protection is a big deal with me. You guys will notice I have 2 or 3 videos on protection. I make a huge jar of herbs and black salt and sulfur and iron or rust chips. And another big one is brick dust, red brick dust, big protectant. But I make this big jar and I strew it, and I call it a strew, an herbal strew. I strew it around the boundaries of my home monthly. And I do that because, or at least every 3 months, I shouldn't say monthly, since I've gone to work, it's not as consistent, but I do that because I want my entire property to be protected. I even add a little snake skin to kind of keep us invisible, not be so important to others, and, keep the nosy neighbors out and so on. Um, I think that's about all I can think of off the top of my head that's really, really big protection. Sage, of course. Palo Santo, of course. I know a lot of people burn cedar, and it is also very protective. A lot of people burn rosemary, lavender, all these things in a cedar bundle. You're bringing in the positive, you're getting rid of the negative. It's good stuff. It's all good stuff. But smudging is one big, quick way to get rid of negative energy and to put up a protection field. So that's a good thing. Talismans. Talismans are important for protection. Salting your body in the shower, whether you're or the bath, taking a bath in salt, Epsom salt, table salt, I don't care what kind of salt. But I use a big chunk of Himalayan salt and I rub my body down. In the shower, I have a piece that's in a little bag that my sister-in-law made me that I use in the shower to cleanse all the negative off me from the day. So salt is definitely a big protectant. I think that's all I can think about that's like right off the top of my head, but I had someone ask me about all the protections I could think of. I definitely think people should have some type of protection on the body. My carnelian bracelet, I anoint and I charge and put on my altar for a 24-hour period often for protection. My wedding ring is charged. My talisman, my medallion, my necklaces, whatever necklaces I wear. Normally I have earrings. Today I don't, but I also charge those. You can put a few drops of essential oil, I mean like sparse, in your fingernail polish to add protection, like sage oil, to add protection to your fingernails so that anything you're doing is protected. It's all protected. My glasses are a charm. My hair ties are a charm. You can set up anything for protection, anything whatsoever, but it is important that you have it on your body. A mojo bag in your purse, some money herbs and protection herbs in your wallet to protect your money. Protection's a big deal. It's got to be taken serious. Another thing that I wanted to talk about today was grounding. A lot of people go through the process of cleansing. So they get all clean and cleanse all the icky off, but then they don't ground. And the problem with that is when you cleanse it all. It's all gone. So when you ground, you bring back in that centering, that center point where you need to be. So walk in the dirt, in the yard, in the grass, barefoot. Do a meditation of you rooting yourself to a tree root. Sit at the base of the tree and just envision that your root chakra is rooting into the tree roots. And grounding is big. What can you do to ground quickly? Let's say you just did a reading for someone and you've got another one coming up in 20 minutes and you've got to really get centered and grounded and be ready to start all over. So me, when I have back-to-back clients, I do my whatever I'm doing, spiritual counseling, healing session, or just a reading. And then when I'm done with that, I rub my body down with salt. When I'm done rubbing my body down with salt, I either do a quick meditation of grounding or I eat a piece of chocolate. Chocolate is a great grounder. It brings you right back. I don't know why it works so well. I just know it does. It works terrific. So a little piece like a Hershey's Kiss is perfect for grounding to get back to the next client and being ready for that. It's important when you're doing client work that, especially on days that, I only get 2 days off. So I've got back-to-back clients on my 2 days off, and it's important to be able to shift from one to the next without a 3 or 4 hour delay if you've got 4 or 5 people waiting for you. And so chocolate is a really big one for me. And the salt. How do you get a chunk of Himalayan salt without spending a ton of money? I'm going to tell you the secret. Go down to Walmart and buy a candle holder. I think they're $6 for a candle holder at Walmart, a Himalayan salt candle holder. They're tea light holders. Take it home, wrap it in a towel, and smash the bits out of it with a hammer. You're going to get chunks. When you get those chunks, cleanse them. They're protected, but cleanse them with some Palo Santo. You don't know what's been on them. And then rub your body. Just dry rub your body, your clothes, your hair, your face, your back as much as you can reach, your hiney. Just rub it all over you between clients. You're going to cleanse yourself completely from their energy. You can Palo Santo yourself to bring in some good positive energy, and then eat a bite of chocolate. You're going to be ready to go. You're going to be perfect. I think that's it. It's very important that you ground. It is very important that you protect. Those two things are extremely important. When you cleanse especially, you take a nice cleansing herbal bath or salt bath or both, and you are done with that. You need to ground. You've protected yourself, you've centered, you've cleansed, and now you need to ground. You need to ground. You need to bring yourself back to earth, because cleansing and centering kind of take you out. So you need to come back. It's important. So hang in there, guys. Know your divine sacred beings of light and love. Always know it. Know I love you to pieces. I hope this was informative. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.